Hello, welcome to the second lesson of 100 grammar lessons with Mariia. Today we're going to speak about auxiliary verbs. We spoke about these verbs in the first lesson. So we continue and work with auxiliary verbs because we are going to speak about how you make questions and how you make negative sentences. And it's very, very important because very often we ask questions, we have to ask questions, and we have to make these kind of sentences. So the most important rule is that to ask a question or make a negative sentence, you need an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is a verb that helps you to build questions and negative sentences, to make these questions and negative sentences. So we've spoken about three verbs, be, have, and do. If you do not remember when you use these forms and how they are used, you have to move to the first lesson and watch the video. So today, I've added some other verbs that can be auxiliary verbs when they are used in the sentences. So look, if we have one of the forms of be, like am, is, are, was, were. One of the forms have, has, or had. You see here plus, it means have can be, plus has, plus had. Shall or should, will or would, can or could, must, may or might. If we see these forms, we use them in the sentence to make questions and negative sentences. That's simple. If you have these forms, remember forms of the verb that is almost the same but a little bit changed, but the meaning is the same. If you have one of these words, you use them to make questions and negative sentences. So look here. Here we have the first sentence. He is a man of word. Do you have any of these forms that we taught to this line only? Not do, that, did. One of these words? Yeah. It's easy, right? Okay. Again, if we have a word, we can use it. So this is an auxiliary verb for us. To ask a question, we have to move this word, yes, to the very beginning. So if we have, is he a man of word? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Then we have the second one. My uncle will come to visit us soon. Do we have any word that can help us to make a question or make a negative sentence? Will, you're right. Here we have will. We can use it. So if we have it in our sentence, we use it. So we do not use any other word. We have will, we use will. Will my uncle come to visit us soon? Yes, he will. No, he won't. So will not has the form won't. This is the same. No, he won't. This we'll talk about it a little bit later. That's simple. Now we've asked questions. How do we make negative sentences? We need the same auxiliary verb. So we have, he is a man of word. And then we say that he is not. He is not a man of word. My uncle will come to visit us soon. My uncle will not come to visit us soon. And that's all. You ask a question, you make a negative sentence. There are some other types of questions, but in other types, almost all of them, you have to use the question word at the very beginning as well. So is he a man of word? Okay. What is he like? So even if I say what at the very beginning, I need to move is closer to that question word as well. So what is he like? My uncle will come to visit us soon. When will my uncle come to visit us? So soon will be the answer. So it doesn't matter what kind of questions you ask. You move that auxiliary verb to the very beginning or closer to this question word. That's all. Then we have some other cases. When you do not have one of these forms, what do? Here I write, if you do not have a word like that, no word in a sentence, you have to use do, does, did. So these verb forms help you to ask questions and make negative sentences. Only if you do not have any of these. Let's see what we have. My son plays the piano every day. Do you have any of these forms in this sentence? No. No word, we have to use do, does, did. Let's see. What can we use? We have the verb. To find the auxiliary verb, we have to pay attention to the verb form. So we have my son, it's a subject, so the sentence is about him. Plays, he does that, the action. We have the verb here. Pay attention to the ending. You have as. It shows you that you have to use does. That's very good. So I write here does, but first, I'll write do and show you something. Look, here we have does, and this s, think like it moves to this do. So if you write does, this s disappears. Very often students make this mistake. Does my son play, not plays the piano every day? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Then we have one last sentence. She worked hard to provide for her family. Step number 1, do we have any of these forms? No. No word, do, does, did. Again, we have to pay attention what verb form we have. Worked. What do you have? What does this ending reveal? Did, ed, it's the past indefinite tense. It's about this form, did. So again, think like that. If you have kind of the same do and you have this ed, when it moves here, you have did. So this ending makes it did. So you have did she work hard to provide for her family. So the ending disappears and we have this auxiliary verb. Practice at home. Step number 1, no words. Step number 2, ask questions, make negative sentences. And see you soon. Thank you.